G'day everyone, Gareth here from Fraser Coast Food Forest. Again, it's been a while since videos. Been super busy. But we're going to go down to the flow hive. They're in the process of an orientation flight, which is always good to see. And we're in the middle of winter now. I think it's the 22nd June. And yeah, they're I think they're kind of finishing up an orientation flight. There's lots of honey in the super. I think I'm going to leave it though. I was going to harvest some, but I think I might leave it just in case we do get some really cold and wet nights and days, so they've got something to eat. Although we are in the middle of winter, the nights are still around 12 to 14 degrees, the occasional a little bit higher than that as well, and the days are getting 23 to 25 degrees, including today, although a little bit windier today. But the week before, we did have some pretty cold nights, and we did get some 4 and 5 degree nights for a week. And the bees won't venture out until it gets to about 12 degrees anyway, and that's if it's not raining. If it's really bad weather, they'll just stay inside. But that's not the reason for this video. I have another surprise. Well, for me anyway. I'm excited. So come spring, I'm going to have to split that hive. There's going to be too many bees in that hive. I don't want them to swarm, and I don't want to lose half of my bees. So I have purchased another beehive. This is not a flow hive though. It's a poly hive. A poly hive from Paradise Honey, and they're made in Finland. And you can buy these online from a company, I believe it's in Bayswater down in Melbourne, called Busby Beekeeping. They have a YouTube channel with some sort of tutorials on how to assemble it. I was going to do a particular video on doing that, but I thought I'd probably just put a link up for Busby Beekeeping, and you can watch a video on how to, and pretty much all their videos is based on how-tos. So I bought this kit and painted it. So it comes white, but it's best to paint them just because of the Australian conditions. And it comes in that kit. There are several different forms of kits you can buy, but this particular kit I purchased comes with the baseboard with this awesome entrance reducer. You can actually close it right up as well, which is awesome. So when you're getting problems inside that hive, or pests or robbers, or you can reduce that entrance and they'll be able to defend their hive a lot better than if you were to have it wide open, which still is actually quite a small entrance compared to the flow hive. You can purchase entrance reducers for the flow hive as well, but I'm super excited about this particular hive being a poly hive. And don't be fooled by a poly hive. It's nothing like packaging polyurethane. It is solid. Whoops, my glasses just fell off. Let me put them back on so I can see what I'm doing. It is solid. This is the lid, and it is solid. Very rock hard solid. And that was definitely something I was concerned about. I've painted the inside. I ordered it with 27 frames. And then also obviously the baseboard. There's a couple of different types of baseboards you can get. Now you can get a baseboard where you can slide in like a tray sort of thing at the bottom to, I guess, control the airflow through the beehive. But the kit comes with just the basic baseboard, and I have gone and found some old timber and scraps, and I've made my own stand to allow me to place a tray under here so I can control like hive bedders. What I'll do is I'll take these off, I'll show you the baseboard. So there we go, there's the baseboard. You can see I've just put together this with some scrap timber I had. Nothing fancy, but it allows me to get a tray. You can see I've got these lips a little bit high, and I've made it so this board sits exactly the width of it, see? And then you've got the mesh board underneath to allow ventilation, and I can put a tray in there to sort of reduce that ventilation if I have to. So it's pretty straightforward to put together. Like, that comes like that. It already comes with the plastic inserts here and here. Excuse my painting. I've got a bit lazy and I just couldn't be stuffed trying to avoid that. So there's a couple of coats there of exterior paint, and it's really easy to put together. Bit of a wood glue, and then you've got like lugs that push in, and it's as simple as that. It squares up itself. Awesome handles for picking these up, and not only that, the weight. That is so light and easy to maneuver compared to your standard wooden Langstroth, and they just sit beautifully on like that, as you can see. And we'll just put them back up on here like this. So these are 9 frames. You can get the 10 frame version. So this will eventually be a double brood and then a super on top. Same with the flow hive, which is why I've got that box down there. Anyway, we'll put these together and I'll show you when it's... So the plan is the super, what I'm going to do, instead of having the normal wooden frames, and this is a standard 9 frame Langstroth full deep boxes. You can get the ideals, which are a smaller box, smaller frames, easier to handle, I guess, when it's full of honey, because they're bloody heavy when they've got heaps of honey in it. So that is your full kit, and it comes with this strap as well to strap it all down, which I'm only going to use when it's really high winds. I'm just going to put a couple of bricks, like a couple of pavers on top of that to hold the lid down. Once the bees get in there, they'll stick that lid down. But this here is the 10 frame, although only 9 frames in here. Full deep Langstroth hive. You cannot put that with that or vice versa. It is, and this is a 10 frame, this is a 9 frame, and I'll show you, it just won't work. But you wouldn't do that anyway with a poly hive, but just to show you, you can see it's pretty much the same this way. You pretty much see it's the same that way, but you're going to have a gap there when that lid's off. You could probably try and bodge it up and block it off, but there's no point. That is purely to make a split from the flow hive when we get to that, which will be in about September. So I'm going to use that to split that hive And then when I've split the hive, I'll put those frames into this brood box down the bottom here. So I'll use about 5 of these. I'll use about 5 of the frames out of that hive, put them in here, put some empty ones in, or put them into that, transfer them from that into that. And then that box will then get used as the double brood box on top of the flow hive, and that will fit perfectly on that. That's a 10 frame, that's a 10 frame. But yeah, super excited. I'm really happy with the easy to set up, because the frames and the hive come like a flat pack. So you just put all your frames together, that's easy. I glue it as well, bit of glue in between all those, and then I just nail them. And then that's super easy to put together as well. The painting is actually the longest process out of all of the building of this hive. But yeah, super excited. Head over to busby.com, or they have a website, a YouTube channel as well. And I've watched all their videos already. Very, very helpful. And I must admit, the customer service was absolutely amazing. Yeah, they're onto you straight away. Any questions, they're happy to help. They've got a live chat at their website as well, which is really helpful. The top box here, once this populates, this top box, I'm not going to have frames in it. I'm going to buy cassettes, which is essentially a frame, and you buy cassettes that go in, and they produce their honeycomb inside those cassettes. And once it's fully drawn out, you take the cassettes off, put a lid on, and you literally have honeycomb packaged already. And I'm excited to trial that out as well. But in September we'll get into that split. I'll do a video on the split and how I go about it, and yeah, I'll keep you updated on the Paradise Honey bee box from Finland, and you can buy them from Bayswater in Melbourne. This whole setup, baseboard, 3 boxes, 27 frames, the strap, was I think just over $400 including delivery, which is pretty good, I reckon. Which is pretty good delivered. So there we go, there's the new addition to the food forest. I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Give us a big thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care everyone, bye.